starting area. Okay. Go back to our triggers. Here, we want to do center of a region, and then we have our starting area as a region. If you really care, you can specify specific facing. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to do triggering player here. And then the unit type will be just our variable, actually. So we do a variable, and then which position is based on another variable, which will be the player's choice for that triggering player. So now, like I mentioned, we don't need a switch statement because this will have the information on which player it is, and it'll give us a number of which hero you chose, and that hero is going to be created. And obviously, we just want one. So that's almost everything. There's only one more last part: is we need to zoom the camera towards him. And so let's do that. Sorry, I'm getting a little tired. So pan camera. This will be to a certain unit, position of the unit, and I believe there should be a lattice created unit. Okay, now for that triggering player. Okay. So the camera is going to pan for this individual at the position of the new created unit. I'm going to make this instantaneous. So, are we missing something? Well, if you think about it, what happens if he doesn't pick any, or doesn't select any, hit confirm? Well, we don't want that to get into this function. It would just not create anything. So we need to do an if statement to make sure that something was selected. So here, if, then, so if nothing was selected, it's set to 0 normally, right? So we need this part right here. So if player's choice for that triggering player is equal to 0, means that he didn't pick anybody, I'm going to skip remaining actions, which is just skips everything that's after this. Okay, so now if there's nothing was selected, the confirm won't do anything until something is selected. When it does, it'll create it, and so forth. Let's see if this works. I do a select, selects him, and I do confirm. Voila. Okay. We see we forgot to actually remove all of this UI stuff. So that should be the next step. We need to get rid of all these buttons and enable our ability to move our guy. And we didn't actually check if confirming without clicking thing works or not. So we'll do that right now. These last few touches, back to trigger. So we're pretty much doing the inverse of what we set up when we did the first one. Your selection right here. So we're going to do the almost inverse of this. That's one other reason why we have this. If we didn't have this, this function might not do anything, but it will, semantics will turn back on and so forth. So here we're going to go mod on. I'm going to turn this off for this player. Yeah, you can't, it won't just let you do that. So we're going to do for, this should work. Yeah, there we go. For the player group of that triggering player. So now we get all our control back, and we just need to do destroy all dialogues. So I'm not exactly sure if this will destroy for other players as well. If that's the case, then you just need to save each dialogue. I mean, you have previous selection, you have the select buttons, you would just have to save the images and the ID, and then you would just destroy each one. So it's not a big deal. So that should give us the control of our guy. Let's check. So let's check this works. So nothing's happening, that's good. I hit confirm, select, sorry, and now we picked our guy. I'm going to pick the Marine because he's badass. He has second life. Confirm, and we have created a Marine at a really weird angle. But here's our Marine. He moves around. He has his stem pack ability. And yeah. So that's really much of the tutorial. The only thing I want to note is, if what you want to do is if you have multiple players, you don't want to return them to this point because you haven't destroyed this yet. So what you want to do is leave them in cinematic mode until everybody has selected all their units, or time runs out, and then delete this and create all units at the same time. How would you do that? You just have a variable that holds a boolean that says true, and then you just make sure that everybody has selected a hero, or time runs out. You would just have another trigger to check that. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope that was useful. And I'll make some more tutorials, and so I'll see you around, guys.